W on a hero, and that hero can pull the creeps off the tower with zero threat of dying. Just one ban already, I think, helps a lot. But on the other side, IO, just get rid of it.
Yeah, it was really interesting. We were talking quite a bit about the early bans that did come out in the first draft, and also the fact that they were just taking forever to pick everything the first time around. I think both squads ended up having like no reserve time left by the end of it, or like 10 seconds of reserve time left.
They did. And look at this, EG's like, well, we just lost to both of these, so see ya Tree, see ya Omni, have fun, pick other sustainers. That's the biggest thing.
Never give them a run back.
Yeah. Hench ban, so what do we got still? We still got the Disruptor, we've got the Naga.
Lich, Disruptor, Naga.
Slark, which EG, that's what I'm curious about. If it is let through, they've literally first picked it in like all their wins and all their losses when it go through. Are they ever going to give up on the hero?
I personally am not a fan of first picking that hero like that, but that's just my philosophy. I'm not sure what they'll go for.
Well, what is it? Sorry to cut you off, but I'm kind of curious. What is it about first picking Slark that you don't like?
I just think it's still really easy to, like, it gives them 2 picks in the first phase just to still like counter it. Unless you set up all your 3 bans to plan for the first pick Slark, I think even if you do that, it's hard because there's more than 3 counters in the whole game.
Yeah, and that's a pretty heavy investment early on.
Yeah, indeed.
So.
Yeah, the OD, right? They picked up the OD in the first phase because of that Slark, and he was allowed to go Blink, Moonshard, Sheep.
Yeah.
He 3-shot Arteezy before he could do anything.
I would expect them to pick up Lich here. I'm not sure what else they're thinking about. I know that they like Lich. Also, Ench is banned, which has been like the most prominent counter pick to the hero in this tournament. But again, they're taking some time.
Definitely taking a little bit of time here, but like you said, Vici with that Ench. We talked about EG definitely bringing Ench to the tournament.
Well, here's my question, right? So if they go for something like a Lich, that does open up the Rubik pick.
It does.
And they have 2 phenomenal Rubik players on the side of Vici Gaming.
And I think they're already thinking a step ahead. If they pick Puck, hey, they go Puck. Now, I could see Vici literally just doing Lich Slark themselves.
Slark is pretty solid against Puck. It's one of the better carries. There's a lot of carries that actually hate to play against Puck because they can't actually maneuver out. But if you're Slark, you can use Slark Pack, run out of the coil, and basically you break yourself free.
You go out of damage, but as long as you have the life, you're good.
Yeah, so it should be okay. Other than that, they could also look for some sort of Rubik opening. Instant lockdown against Puck is nice. You have good spells to steal, so you feel kind of good about that.
Well, there's the Lich that we talked about. No surprises there.
I just feel like Lich Slark is like a lane that doesn't lose. Like, if you just pick it up here, you don't feel bad about it. But I think Lich Rubik's fine too. Gives you more chance for other.
I think they've actually been one of the teams that do pick both their supports in the first phase.
Yeah,
it's not that common, but Vici Gaming, they do it quite frequently. So Rubik is an okay pick for them here. If they really like Slark, they could go for that. But PL is in the pool, so I think that would be a very good pick for EG on 10, if that is Vici's response.
Tiny, if they do want it. No, Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
Forgot a little bit about that hero since it's been here, but
Been banned so much, that's why we usually, don't get to see it that often. Do you think we might see a Grimstroke come out of Vici Gaming with that Lich and the Doom?
I mean, it'll probably get banned, but
You say that, but there's other things that are very scary in this draft that probably have a higher priority.
There is, but if you have a Puck especially, I think you want to get rid of that Grim.
Yeah, no, Grim would be very good for Vici, therefore, they should think about banning the hero. I think here for EG, I kind of want to see if they're going to pick a support here on 10 or a support.
Okay.
I like this. I think that's good. That's active. We talked about that. We wanted to see a 4 that's going to be able to roam, put pressure on the map. That Tiny checks all those boxes. Oh, look at that face. So happy.
Ready to go. Don't matter. Everyone, we've all lost a game 1 and came back from it. You got to keep your spirits high.
This is the place to have 3-game series too.
Yeah.
So
we finally have our first non-3-game series.
Yeah.
Did yeah, I was about to say. I forgot that it wasn't a 3-game series.
It was so long. Game 1 was still 90 minutes.
Will's coaching methods. Yeah. Got a theory he's getting paid by the hour. 8-hour games every time.
Triple overtime, after 10 hours.
I thought that was a 16-game series, but ultimately they're still trekking along. They've looked absolutely fantastic. Excited to see what they're going to do in the tournament, but also excited to see what we do get here as we move forward in our draft with Vici versus EG.
I think they just don't like playing versus the Viper. I don't even think it's a hero thing anymore. EG is just, they banned it first phase last game and then second phase here. I know Eurus plays it as well, so the fact you can play like another one of those middle heroes in the carry lane, just don't give it to him.
Yeah, the only reason I could see it last game game, I mean, the only logical thing you could draw from the Viper ban in the previous game would be the Slark pick. So if they pick up Slark again in the second phase here, then that would mean that's the reason they ban it. But overall, I think it just makes picking a bit harder for you in the draft, as there's only a few heroes that can really lane against it well in the early game. Also, one fun fact I heard, I think Crit is one of the best tinies right now in the scene, but I heard that he actually despises playing the hero.
So it's another universe Darkseer kind of thing?
Pretty much.
And I don't blame it, because if you actually think about what you do in lane, you go to lane and you hit some people, and then you just go sit middle for 2 minutes and hope he goes out of position. You're just like, am I really doing anything?
I mean, you run around, kill people. I think I would enjoy it at least. I'm not a forward player, but when I do run around killing people, it's pretty fun.
But in pubs, like, right, that means your middle laner has to be competent. You're probably crit, and you're just like, why am I playing with these people? They ban out the Naga. I think EG is still one of the few teams who just plays it. I think them and TMC definitely still played straight up without that disruptor. Not many other teams have been. You know?
Always a solid ban. Also, the Grimstroke is available here for Vici if they do want it, which I think is, like we stated before, it's perfectly good for them. Yeah.
And I guess if you do that, then you kind of, on Vici, you kind of have the EG problem of last game is you have a Lich, Grim, Doom, but if you do well in the lanes, I don't think it really matters, because they have, if they do that, they have way better lanes than EG had last game at least.
Well, what if they do something, I mean, I like the Grimstroke, obviously, because of the two major ultimates coming out, but what if they also went for something like a Tusk to give them some sort of save, and also be very aggressive on the side of Vici?
I like it, especially versus a puck.
Yeah, I was thinking to throw everybody in the snowball.
I get Tusk is okay. I would actually like Rubik quite a lot too for Vici. I know that they played well. I think Doom is a solid offlaner. I'm not sure if they have a preference or in their previous games if they've played it more on 3 or 4. But Doom Rubik is solid. It's good against Puck with the lockdown. You have good spells to steal from both Tiny and the Puck right now. But we'll see what they want to go for here on the next pick.
Well, I mean, that's like the really cool thing is that you do have, you know, those two players that can kind of switch back and forth a little bit. So most likely, you know, PYW is going to be the one playing it, but you have some options. You have some wiggle room, and that's kind of what's the cool thing about this meta right now as well. Because, you know, in the back in the day, if you saw a Puck and a Tiny pick, you'd be like, well, you know kind of exactly where they're laning. But nowadays, you're like, okay, you could, you know, put the Puck in the forward position. You could put Tiny in the forward position. You could put him mid, off lane. You had so many options. So
also, I think one thing that EG should be looking for in the next stage is a illusion type hero that has good wave clear. Usually when you, like both Doom and Lich, they don't have the most wave clear, and Doom heavily relies on getting his Doom off. And most illusion heroes, they either have a lot of illusions already naturally, or they all buy mantas, and they make it a lot harder for Doom to be used on them.
They banned the PL. That was right. They already banned Naga. They banned the PL.
Yeah, they thought.
So it is going to be the PYW Doom, it looks like, unless, you know, some crazy. We've seen actually a middle and a carry Doom, but more than likely, yeah. So what other, like, you talked about illusion heroes, Naga and PL, what else, like, fits that archetype, Kazu?
Well, Terrorblade does, but there's not many people that play that hero right now. I actually think he's kind of strong, but I never see him outside of my pub games, so I'm not
From
sure.
South America, you see just Terrorblades everywhere, especially RDO, man. And from the minor, that guy loves it.
I'm trying to think the last time we actually saw one.
Not here, I think.
No.
The minor, because RDO played it. He's on Korea.
So we did see one at the minor.
Yeah, it did not, unfortunately, go well for him. But he's like a level 25 Terrorblade, plays it non-stop.
And you do with this Puck now, we talked about, this could be a middle Puck, and you do maybe just do a single core TB, like you said. Yeah. We've seen a few just single core lineups, and they do work out when you have that Omega hard carry, but I think this third pick will give more away. Or it'll just be a, I don't know, probably just 5 hero. Won't give anything away. They're using a lot of time again, and you got to think, what 5 hero again? We're missing a lot of them, and guess what? The best one in the game's on Vici's side. Meanwhile, you can't get a tree disruptor.
What about Avenge? Get a snap.
That's I like it.
Gives you a nice aura, nice dedicated stun.
The only problem with that is because I think Vici versus EG is so lane dominated in these 2-1-2 lanes. Is Venge is a crappy support, just straight up garbage. But in the grand scheme of things, I agree. And it's a save. That's the thing. It's a save.
It's a save.
With Puck. They take
There we go.
Now,
Here's the Venge.
if you definitely look at this, watch the laning phase. If Venge has a bad time in feeds, well, you're going to see. But as Moxie said, that snap is damn good.
What if they? No, probably not. We've been talking about Slardar, right? And like the negative armor idea, and you have eventual spirit on Evil Geniuses, but I doubt we're going to see it at this point.
That's
Right?
a deny. 100% a deny pick. I mean, it's good for them too, but
Yeah.
you pick up the Venge right there. Obviously, Drow's going to be good.
Yeah, it was Owen who was talking about it. He's just like, he was like building a holy trinity, but he's like, yeah, Venge Drow, you just don't lose those games. So deny pick coming in on the side of Vici, and it's somewhat of a deviation too in some ways when you were talking about. There's the Slark.
This is a lot of just single target lockdown though. Again,
It is.
that makes me nervous for EG. I don't know what their last pick is going to be, but it's got to be something that brings some team fight to the table, I think.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the thing, EG as a team has been the same for 2 years, and they bring these ideas, and they will be the same ideas they're not going to deviate from, right? They get top 3 majors. They don't obviously win them, but they run the same thing, and they won't deviate from it. They're pretty much all about execution. And who knows? I mean, being stubborn, obviously you haven't won a tournament in a while, so sometimes maybe you do need to change it up.
Slark definitely part of the current thing that they're trying to jam quite a bit. We thought we might see it in that first phase, but now we are going to see it a little bit later on in this draft. But what are the boxes left unchecked on the side of Vici Gaming? What are you looking to see from them? You already talked a little bit about what you wanted to see from EG, Kazu.
Yeah, so I think Vici, they're definitely gonna, most likely they're gonna need a mid hero on their side. It's gonna be a hero that abuses the Drow aura, so most likely a range hero, which could even be Shadow Fiend here, to be honest. He's a little susceptible in the mid lane against tiny roams, but overall an early BKB on him would be pretty good, as like the usual partners you have with Drow Rangers, like your Viper, your Shadow Fiend. I think they're like the most common.
What about OD? We just saw a great performance from OD. You've got the Drow aura. It's got another save again with the puck.
OD is once again actually pretty good in this game too.
It's a little greedier, but I like it. I was thinking more of a Storm because you don't care that much about the puck. And the only real, I mean, they have a lot of single turret stuns. Venge is dodgeable. You can dodge before the pounce. I mean, Vici Gaming can actually go a few different ways. They can go
like
more
Vici's got
active.
some
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And their last picks. It's tough. It's tough.
This feels like Vici's in a pretty good position already. Let's see if EG can turn the table here.
They got to make their coach proud, right? I was sitting over in the area with like the players and coaches and things, and every time they did something well, it was just kind of like sounded like a dad, like like good, like they did this right. It wasn't some of these other guys as they screaming. It's just like excellent, basically, is what I imagine.
Yeah.
Bulb is definitely a.
He's an excitable one when things go right.
I don't have much time.
What are you going to say, Rich? Ball is a what? Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
Arc Warden.
All right. I dig it. What about you guys?
Arteezy's the Arc Warden player on their team, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
So Abed's
we'll
going to
see.
play Slark?
I would
That's
actually,
on a little.
I think that Abed is going to be on the arc.
Right? Yeah, I think Abed has to be the Arc at this
Yeah.
point. They love this hero. I mean, they pick it in pubs. I know Arteezy first picks it to learn what's bad, what's good. That's what you should do as a core player. First pick your hero, not last pick it. Damn MMR people.
Storm Spirit, I think, might come out here
I
for
like
Vici.
Storm a lot,
Usually against Arc, you want heroes that catch him. Puck is a little bit of a problem, but you have a bad, and so you could look to break the coil and then get shielded off by him.
Oh, that's true.
Was this Arc Warden? Okay.
Kunka.
That's a classic.
We talk about being very open on the side of Vici. This wasn't necessarily what you guys were looking at, but in response to the Arc Warden, how are you liking the Kunka Grant?
I mean, I just love Ori Kunkka. And the thing with this, you don't have to win your lane as a Kunkka. You have to get level 6, and then who cares if you have 1 CS or 20 CS? You just go to a lane, you kill someone, and all of a sudden you have a game again.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to, just being ultra aggressive early, winning those lanes and just starting that snowball, because it's going to be hard to catch up otherwise.
On whose side?
Or on the side of Vici with what they've got going on here, because, they have some pretty greedy members of their team right now, so.
And how do you feel with the draft now that the dust is settled? Do you feel like there is somebody who has the clear upper hand, Kazu?
I actually think it's pretty close, but I do like the Arc Warden, so I have faith in EG for this game.
You like the Arc Warden?
Hell yeah, Kazu, this is NA. You think we're going to go down like punks? It's 1-0. Vici Gaming, the first, second best team in the world. Who the hell knows? But you pull out the Slark and the Arc Warden. See you later. Game 3 coming up next.
NA, baby. We're going to a quick break.
might wish to retract your last move.
Prepare for battle. I am grateful.
Well, is Evil Geniuses going to leave some satisfied punks, or are they going to drop down like chumps in Game 2? Vici Gaming certainly gave them a little bit of swerve in there in the draft. They're like, oh, Vengeful Spirit. Oh, really? You're just going to draft Vengeful Spirit like that? Well, let me go ahead and take that Drow Ranger combo away from you. Kyle, was that enough to win the draft?
I think it certainly helped them out, because as soon as you see the bench, you've got to assume EG is going to pick the Drow, and Vici, they don't really have too much synergy with the Drow Ranger, but it's become just a carry strong enough to pick outright, especially when you need to take it out of the hands of your opponents. And EG traditionally have always run a very good Drow. You got the Abaddon too, so it makes sense. And I like the lanes from Vici. I think they might have expected an aggro tri-lane from EG. That's what I thought we would see, because the Slark versus Kunkka matchup mid can oftentimes go Slark's way, but it does not appear that will be the case.
Yeah, they were... EG were all clumped up in the mid lane so they could run to whatever lane they felt was needed, because they do have some aggressive vision down at the bottom, so eventually they were going to get an idea of who was where. I was with you on that. I thought Slark mid, and then you try and put the Arc Warden into the Drow Ranger lane, because the Abaddon does have a counter to your Flux at least.
And I think the Kunkka should be favored middle just a little bit, but it usually ends up with both heroes farming. Alright, Kunkka is one of my favorite heroes to watch, and somehow Vici always seems to draft comfort heroes for all their players, even though I wouldn't call them predictable. Yang going off from Omni Knight to Abaddon, I guess that's something you can see coming, but...
Do you think they all just have a wide enough hero pool, and they've kind of settled the formula in the drafting, that they're always going to have like 2 or 3 good options for each player?
Yeah, I'd say. They just have so much experience too, right?
Yeah.
As far as they always have lineups that seem to make sense. I like the opener. Like Lich Doom can just be placed into so many lineups. It's really easy to start off with. Same with the Puck Tiny, of course, from EG, but definitely more kill reliant and a bit less versatile. PYW, what did he grab? The mana burn of all the creeps to eat. This is so devastating for Crit to deal with. You can already see it being spammed out. He's got boots and 1 mana potion, so if he were to tank another, he actually just can't play Dota anymore. Ramses up top already forced to salve. They did a really good job on Vici to acquire lane control. I expect them to just keep it.
Yeah, with PYW successfully chasing away the Tiny, now he's going to force Ramses to use a defensive orb and try and get the mana burn. Misses it though.
Yep. This is the strength of the aggro tri-lane if you can get the lane control, because pretty soon there's just going to be no real way for Ramses to get back into this. They sentry warded the easy camp, so nothing doing there. And bottom lane, they've done the same. EG zoning out Yang's Abaddon, but he is already level 3.
Oh, nice toss back. Ori throws out the cleave hit, but it looks like, no, he's got a Fairy Fire. He's good. And a healing salve, so a quick reset. He'll take the CS in lane once again.
And once again, a relatively static game. This time, EG not nearly on as much of a clock. They do have the Arc Warden. It's quite dominant. Everyone likes it against Drow Ranger, but the new Drow with the ability to use those arrows as projectiles is a little different in terms of the matchup.
Yang, he managed to get the stacks up on Arteezy, but he's also given away a lot of stacks in stats. And Yang, he's going to be having his healing salve canceled by the Wave of Terror, and they know where he went to as well, as he tried to do a cheeky cut through. First blood for Arteezy. Yeah, EG's definitely not on a timer whatsoever. It feels like in this game, Vici Gaming is going to be on a very thick timer at that one.
I don't know if I would agree with it that much. I feel like when you have a Doom and an Abaddon, like all of your heroes are going to scale, specifically the support duo of Vici, Doom versus Slark. And whenever your 4 position can deny the enemy carry the ability to play Dota 2, you always got to feel at least even going into the late game. Ramsey's actually going to teleport bottom. Are they doing a full lane swap? Well, yeah, it appears, I guess. Did Vici swap first?
Yeah, they did. Eurus is already down in the bottom lane, but they're going to catch him out here as the magic missile stun. Oh, the miss pounce from Arteezy. They land that one. They probably could have committed to killing Paparazzi. But as it is, they won't be able to get that kill, and they'll just swap.
This is really weird. I'm surprised Vici swapped out. They had the wards for up top. They were in a good position. Maybe they just felt Yang wouldn't be able to hold bottom. But that's just weird. Typically, you rotate first if you're losing the lanes, not if you're coming out ahead.
DY, oh, that frost armor is going to make the difference. It's Crit who dies instead, and now Ramses is going to be able to jump to his orb, but PYW with the Scorched Earth, he's chasing down Ramses, gets a few more hits in. The burn, it's going to wear out soon. Ramsey still has the Fairy Fire. He baits in PYW a little bit more into the creep wave. He armors himself, but it's not good enough. He's already taken too much damage. But a silence from Ramses silences the Doom out of the game.
Really nice play there. Just baiting him in with the Fairy Fire. A little overconfidence there from PYW. I love that he always seems to have an Ice Armor or a Wolf, though. I feel like those are by far the most effective creeps, especially when you consider that he can only eat creeps up to level 4, so not as if you have many better options. Yang kills the courier, removes some regen from Artur.
Yang's just doing every little thing he can to get away from Arteezy. Does a little ring around the rosy bit. Now he's trying to pull the creep wave after that deny. We'll have to give up the bounty runes, though, as all 4 for EG. And well, how's our mid lane going? 28-10 compared to 21-3, so you're right. Kunkka is winning this lane, and he's soon going to have level 6, which I presume Arc Warden's going to have to abandon the lane.
Yep, and he's also forced Abed to spend a little extra money on regen. He's just not really able to lane against the tier 1s. He gets double bracers and continuously spams you with the Tidebringer. That early point on Gaze once again paying off for DY. This should secure a kill on Fly. Tries to deny Ancients, no luck there.
Bo coming in, he got his level 6, and sure enough, he goes for the kill, but that's why Crit was hanging around the area. They knew that as soon as Ori got that combination, he was going to go for it. Abed. Oh, nice catch onto Ramses. Pull him in with a Sinister Gaze and allow Eurus to lay out the damage with that multi-shot.
I'm surprised they found that kill. I expected Eurus to get a point in silence at level 4. Wasn't even needed. They just kill Ramses being a bit over-aggressive down bottom. That's just his play style, though. It happens every once in a while. Mid lane, they've got Abed.
Yeah, I like this. PYW. Oh, they're actually missing out on the torrent, which means Abed will survive, especially with the tossback. They might actually be able to get the kill on PYW. They will. Another great play by Crit to catch somebody overextending. Abed's going to leave his Tempest double to try and defend the tower. But the important part for Vici Gaming is they're getting a lot of damage on this mid tower before the Arc Warden is fully ready to defend.
Yeah, that's a good point. And as soon as you kill this mid tower, Arc Warden, very similar to the old Medusa in the sense that you effectively just jungle for about 5-10 minutes once the early game ends. If you remove tier 1s, it's a lot harder to do that.
Oh, that silence came in perfectly right before Ramses could commit for that kill onto DY. Now he's going to be brought back by the Sinister Gaze. They do get the turnaround kill and Fly. He knows he can't really retreat, so instead he tries to fight Eurus back, but this is realizing that it's not a winning engagement either way.
This Ice Armor is just straight up winning the game for Vici Gaming. +6 armor. In addition, it slows the attack and move speed of anybody that attacks you for 5 seconds. 5 seconds. It's actually kind of broken, especially this early in the game. Venge Aura removes only half that plus armor, and he just keeps putting it up on his cores. It's why the Lich is able to stay alive and just stand still, pull them forwards. You also have the Lich Frost armor, so there's just no real way for this bottom lane of EG to truly pressure with their physical damage.
Ori showing that even with heroes rotating over, he's still able to, thanks to the defensive X, get plenty of CS. Abed trying to recover a little bit off the medium camp, back over to bottom lane. Fly's going to die again as the multi-shot comes in. DY takes the kill. 6-4. 10 kills in 8 minutes. It's been a pretty fast laning phase. TC.
I'm concerned solely because it's their playmakers getting shut down. It might be able to make a move here, though. If you can find a duo with a toss back, will this spark rate land down? You know what? Ramses and Crit, these are the only...
Bo coming in. Crit's going to try and get out of that radius and then turn back in for the toss, but it's not enough to save Abed. Abed, playing the Arc Warden that the panel mentioned, this is something that's a little unique because usually it's Arteezy.
Yep. And that's why it was a bit odd to me. I figured, I guess Abed doesn't play the Slark, but you would have figured that if there was a game to put it mid, this would be it. And yeah, to your point, Arteezy typically does play the one for EG. And
do you think that Abed's going to be a little bit uncomfortable on this hero?
Nice juke from Ramses. Will save his life. He was certainly dead there. Uncomfortable on the Arc Warden? No, I don't think so. He's played it a bunch before. Was known for his Medusa.
After all, he's a micro player at the end of the day, right? Yeah. Being a famed Meepo. PYW is going to cut over, catching fly, but at the same time, Ramses trying to put pressure onto Eurus. Will be able to get half of his HP with the nukes, but they're running out of damage. Crit pushed back by the silence from Eurus, and instead they're going to have to go on to PYW, which allows Eurus to be able to turn his attention back over to Crit. The multi-shot doing so much damage, ripping apart that Tiny with no armor. So they will trade out. What was that? 1 for 2. Ramsey still hunting, but doesn't land the orb.
They're just doing it, every little thing right. Vici Gaming just planting all these heroes bottom because they know up top Yang, sure, he doesn't like playing against a Slark, but you're going to do just fine. He's actually he's only 300 gold behind Arteezy and net worth, and he's also forced him out of the lane. Look at the warding, too. You know, Vici Gaming, it's similar to what they did in that first game, just prioritizing their vision around the places in the map that they needed. Previously it was just covering their side of the river, and now it's all focused on this bottom half of the map. Right side, rather, because this is where they know EG is going to be looking to make plays. This is where their playmakers are concentrated. Slark Arc Warden, I mean, you can come here and hit this tower as Abed, but you're not really able to make too many moves in terms of finding kills. As top, Eurus already there with Yang, and this tower falls so fast.
Yeah, the
bottom's at like 2/3 still.
Fortunately, they do have the Siege Wagon coming in, but Ori wants to be able to fight here because he's found an opportunity thanks to an Invis rune. They spotted him, though. They do have a sentry out. Fly, he's going to throw out the stun immediately onto the ledge. The Tempest Double's trying to finish off DY. Throws out the Chain Frost, bounce over to FY, and they will manage to kill Fly, but Ramses, being chased down, still has a silence to be able to jump away from PYW. Now he's slowed down with no creeps to help him out. That means that slowdown.
Yang was almost there in time, but this is the danger of this Vici lineup, right? They got top tower, and then they're able to just rotate bottom and preserve theirs. Drow stays top, he gets a couple extra bonus waves, and EG is just sort of stopped in their tracks. You've got a Veil complete on Ramses, maxing out the silence, by the way. Not as optimal for farming, but it is quite nice to try and get on top of the Lich and the Drow, I suppose. I'm actually not sure why you would max silence in this game.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same damage as max Q, but with a 3-second longer cooldown when maxed out. Perhaps the mobility, who knows?
You see Yang is, you know, he had a little bit of a difficult lane, but he performed very well, and now he's like one of the strongest heroes on the map.
Yeah, and I'm afraid for EG, once they get this pipe up on a bad, and Yang's going to be rushing it, where's the physical damage from this squad?
Yeah.
Especially if this Doom just continues to hold on to his ice armor, which so far it looks like that'll be the case, as he's just going to be maxing out the Scorched Earth first.
Found a gank, little pickoffs like this, Evil Geniuses can catch supports, but at the same time, Crit is actually dying to Ori in the mid lane, and they're taking that mid tower.
This is, again, it's so low because of all that pressure in the first catapult wave, right? So now it's just 12 minutes. It's already down to near 300 HP. DD up on Ori, so I imagine this will be enough to help secure it. And yeah, you're just going to smack it. They know there's no glyph.
And Arc Warden had, you know, he's just not ready to defend towers like you normally see. So he's too countered by a Kunkka to be able to approach that lane and save it with the magnetic field.
I've seen this game before in this tournament. You got one squad with a core that's online and ready to go make moves, and Ori's Kunkka. Yang and Eurus can just shove lanes with reckless abandon, and EG, you've got two cores now that are effectively just going to be trading jungles. There's no real way to make moves. And that's always a bit scary if you're on the back foot and the lanes are going to be pushed into you. As we see here, Crit, that Blink Dagger timing is what we've got to hope for. As an EG fan, has been one of the standout performers for effectively his entire career with the team, and he needs to get things done. That coil into toss out and snap be instrumental in finding kills on these Vici heroes, because if Yang's able to close the distance, that shield off will most likely save anybody in danger.
Well, they need it, but it's going to be a while before they have it, since Crit hasn't really found the most success in his laning phase, dying a number of times. Doesn't have a whole lot of gold in his savings account. 11-9, 3,000 net worth lead for Vici Gaming as they push forward once again. PYW and Ori. This is a scary duo. And get a kill anyway for Ori. He's actually going to go up to top lane to swap back onto yours. Doesn't actually break the coil, but it should still be enough to get the kill. Still, though, that Chain Frost continues to bounce all around. Fly going to be left behind here as Evil Geniuses go for the retreat. And it's a good call, too, because, again, Ori canceled that smoke gank they were going for to TP up to top to try and save yours, or at least make a good engagement.
Moves coming bottom now as well. RTZ TP's bottom is Doom there with Doom up.
He's going to get Doom. Oh, the avalanche, man, came in just in time.
Big stun from Crit.
Spark Wraith will chase down one of them, but they can't go for the kill.
You see Vici also understand how Arc Warden's abilities work. I've seen so many teams not canceling out the flux. If you just stand near a friend, it doesn't do damage and it doesn't slow. The ability is effectively worthless. Just stand next to an ally. You're gonna be fine.
Not to mention it's dispellable as well, right? So you've got an Abaddon who can deal with it.
DY taking out a ward. You can see the focus shift, right? They kind of know that bottom lane is dead. You defend the tower once, now you get the hell out of there. And look at where the warding is. You got sentries placed and 2 aggressive wards from Vici because they want to keep their Drow up top now and play around him there.
PYW, oh, nice reactions there. Arteezy managed to pounce away as he's hit by the Doom, so PYW's initiation is completely wasted. And now they're actually trying to go for the kill. He's going to be locked down by the coil.
Nice. They let Slark get that bonus agility, though. Didn't get the last hit, but doesn't matter. He will pick it up. And top, again, Vici, they knew this was going to happen, right? They're already on the tier 2 top.
Yep. They're set in a situation where they can win in both sides, right? Yep. If the heroes are top, Vici Gaming have 2 great frontliners and can take a team fight, and then that allows Doom to be able to win bottom. If they're not top, then you trade tier 2 for tier 1. Yep. Either case, you're winning if you're Vici Gaming. You're using your advantage to grow more and more.
Yep. And just another solid game. EG, of course, they're not out of this. They've got Arc Warden. They've got Slark. They'll certainly be able to scale.
Oh,
it's just always tough because right now it's Vici who are in control of the game. They've got the momentum. They've got the playmaking ability. EG, you're just trying to buy time. Eventually get some sort of advantageous team fight. But right now, Vici, you have all the team fight winners, right? You drop Boat, you drop Doom.
They're trying to catch DYW, and that's why DY is TPing in, and now they're going to get the turnaround Fly. They just totally misread how much damage they could do. I think so. This PYW is very tanky. They need more
ice armor, man.
That's true.
He swapped it out for the Wolf, actually, so he's really just that tanky. Phase boots, drums, 1360.
Needs a vision. They spot him finally, but now they're going to be coiled up, and the Avalanche keeps on going out, stunning Kunkka. Use a couple abilities there, but for now, EG's not looking for a fight anyway. They just want to keep farming.
Yeah, you can see Fly's warding has a defined purpose as well, with 3 placed in the 3 different lanes, just trying to get a read on where Vici might be looking to make moves, because you're not really looking to get offensive. Ramses isn't even going for a blink, opting for that Yules. It'll be Crit, relied upon to be the primary initiator, and he's just about 600 gold away from his. Expect EG to make some kind of smoke move once he collects that, as Ori pursues Ramses out of the jungle, who will now do a nice job just cutting that mid-wave. That's the name of the game. EG bottom, though. Oof. That was just a clone. Just kidding.
Well, it's still 240 gold. From Vici Gaming's perspective, it's as good as getting a hero kill. Now they're going to get a tower as well. That's where I think by the way, the Kunkka pick was particularly brilliant. Not only does it match up really well against the Arc Warden, but they needed more catch because EG, they're just going to split you non-stop. They know that EG is going to do exactly this, try and get aggressive wards down to allow their cores to play super greedy.
And just so nice the way they're playing this, right? Because they shoved out the waves, immediately, boom, let's group up top, let's go for this tower, and then they teleport top, catching Fly, trying to ward, because it's about controlling the objectives. Kill the tower, immediately defend. We saw them do it bottom earlier on in the game, now they do it top, continuing to grow their advantage, because they don't just get the tower, they find that exit kill all the way up to 6k. Their 3 cores nearly all in control of the top positions of the net worth chart.
I like that they mix the movement around the map with these kill teams that are set up, right?
Yeah.
Because they know EG is going to get greedy and split up their cores. They can have a kill squad of just throw Ranger Doom at bottom lane. They catch Ramses on a silence. He's dead.
Yep, and of course, Kunkka plus anybody is also a kill, and I really like the decision to rush that halberd. EG already have limited physical damage, and it's very effective against both Slark and the Arc Ward. Not just the disarm, but the evasion, as EG Smoke is probably going to be left wanting here. They went down to this bottom area of the map, but PYW has done a good job just camping under his tower. He knows his job, just defend these objectives. Ori hasted, might find crit mid, so just so close to the blink.
Showing out the Tempest double, making it a target rather than one of his allies. Oh, he's got an Essence Ring for it too.
And a Mjolnir. That's actually such a sick item on the Arc Warden clone.
Yeah, make it
so
super tanky. Just run down lanes with the Mjolnir active on it.
Has the Van Brace as well. So Abed's net worth is a bit higher than it appears when you consider that he's got Treads, Mjolnir, and 3 neutral items. He's a lot stronger than he may appear. Mid lane, Ramses caught a silence. He's in some trouble. DY. Oh, so nice. See how he's in range to gaze, but not in range of the silence? That was really well done. He didn't even have silence up, and no time to even get that Yules off. Unfortunately, Ramses will fall for the 3rd time in this game. Bottom, they're hunting Fly, and they found him.
I like how both teams, really cool warding they've had in Game 1 and Game 2 here. Both are putting wards right in front of tower points, so they know where these heroes are rotating through here. It allows them to be able to catch Fly.
Yeah. Crit did a nice job, though. He was up top, so he ensured that they traded outposts. If Vici got both there, that would have been a huge win. However, there's still 8,000 gold up. Eurus is about to complete his BKB. And again, VG, no real physical damage. Look at that graph. This is just sort of the tale of the series thus far. Vici Gaming, slowly but surely, growing their advantage in every phase of the game. Just playing better Dota. EG's going to have to find something soon. And I don't know what it is, Cap, because they just have that lack of playmaking ability until Crit has his blink. He just got it, but it's already, there's a BKB on Drow. Like, where there's a blink on PYW's Doom. Like, it's not really that much of an advantage any longer.
And Vici Gaming, as you said, their heroes are going to scale, so it's not like they're going to be so anxious to push high ground that they're going to make a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah.
They can continue to just play and hunt EG heroes as they try and split push, and once you pick them off enough times, then you can go for the throw.
Yep. You have a big edge right now as Vici because of the BKBs, but also the aura items. You have a Wolf Creep still consumed. Sorry, now it's the scent of the War Stop. So you've got a Blink Initiator of your own on Doom. Ramses in some trouble. He does have Yules, though. Can't get outplayed here. Nice job. But you've got Vlad's pipe advantage in comparison to EG. However, the big turning point is if Puck can get an axe, because all of a sudden you've got that swap out of coil potential that just completely negates Vici's BKB advantage. And yeah, if he lands that, the Doom will follow. That would be a kill.
Yeah, silence.
Ramses? Careful.
He's willing to play with them a little bit. He's down to just try and waste more of their time.
But they showed and then just immediately smoke away. This is so cool from Vici. They're going to look to find some higher priority kill up top.
The sad part is that they're not finding that kill just yet because it's a Tempest double. It's a Puck who's managed to evade them and dodge them once again. It's a Slark who has seen them coming once or twice, but he may not see the smoke game coming, as they're going to spot him first. Manage to blink on top of the pounds. Get him doomed up as well. Bye-bye, Artur. That is a killing spree for PYW and an opening into Roshan.
They're just so good, Cap. Like, I wanna talk about both these sides, but it's all Vici all series long. Like, just the fact, oh, we couldn't kill Ramses? All right, boom. Immediately we smoke cross map. You get an even more important kill in a better area of the map because now you're 10 steps away from the Roche pit. You can walk right inside. You've already got vision placed. If Artur were to buy that TP Shrine, you see them coming.
Other teams
You're in total control.
that they missed out on a puck kill, but Vici Gaming turned it into an opportunity. We showed bottom. Let's catch somebody else. And Tempest double's not going to stop them from being on the Roshan, but maybe a jump in from Cran and get it. Talk about the Roshan kill and takes the Aegis. He won't be able to get out though, his Blink Dagger in, but it doesn't matter, man.
He even got the BKB used by Eurus there. Unfortunately, just a little bit late. This is the guy. If you want EG to win this game, you need Crit to continue to make plays like that. The only angle he could have approached from with no vision available, he just times it perfectly.
Blink in 3-man avalanche. The toss on the right person too.
Yeah.
The draw ranger being tossed, so she couldn't get the BKB off. Quite fortunate for a crit there. And the trade-off. The trade-off, right? EG are like, oh, we're gonna split push a bunch of lanes. Now they didn't even give up anything for it.
That's huge, because if you get Aegis there as Vici with double BKB, you just go walk down mid. You kill that tier 2, threaten high ground. It's a completely different game. We already saw this, what was it, yesterday? When, or no, earlier today rather, in that TNC versus Fnatic game where
Huskard.
Yeah, Armel getting killed by the Roche may have changed the fate there. Of course, TNC were able to pull it out, but it certainly looked a hell of a lot harder than it could have been, and it took almost 60 minutes. Bottom lane, you've got Ramses now with bots, still not going for the Ags, and he has that luxury now, right? Because you're not back against the wall, but oh, the Glimmer Cape, DY.
I love it when somebody really just waits till the tad end of the TP before they ruin it. Okay, they're gonna ruin a TP of their own. It's mid lane. We're gonna have a fight. Arteezy is gonna jump in onto Yang here. Stunned up by the Centaur, gets off his Dark Pack, threatens the Doom, but he gets off the Shadow Dance first. Now with the BKB activated by Ori, I think EG are just happy enough that they forced a little something out of Vici game without losing anybody.
This is great for EG. This is what they've got to keep doing. They still can't fight. You can't threaten any hero that's BKB'd, but the way they're itemizing, you can understand the philosophy. It's about shoving lanes. Puck one side, Arc Warden clone another, Slark cutting across the map. Maybe you find somebody out by their lonesome, you could get a kill, but for now, it's just farm, farm, farm. Get to a point where you could win some sort of critical engagement with the coil and to swap back, toss out, and try to avoid this Doombringer. PYW with Ori in tow have a killer instinct up and running. Another Glimmer Gaze.
Pulls him in, has the Yule Scepter, has a phase shift. Can he actually get out of here? He's gonna have to somehow. No. The multi-shot instantly killed him. Oh, Titan Sliver for Arteezy. One of the best items for Slark.
Every attack on a hero, you gain 3 agility, which is then buffed up by your Sliver, not to mention the resistance.
Yeah, you'll never say no to some status resistance on a Slark. He's trying to get full magic resistance with a BKB in tow. Hey, the Dro lineup just got a telescope. Can't complain about that.
Indeed, another Halberd is going to be queued up by Yang. I really like this. I mean, this item is not just one of the best, and when you're playing against 2 heroes, specifically the Arc Warden, that are susceptible to disarm, not to mention, it's an evasion. It's just such a good item.
Yeah.
Evasion, strength, and an active, plus there's no recipe, so you're effectively just getting more stats than the base of the components,
right?
Plus this active ability that's super effective.
Add in the fact that regen amplification, really good for certain heroes, mostly strength heroes, but Doom has his own regen innately, so off of Devour.
It's actually it's like a fairly good item.
Oh, I thought he was going to get a Heaven's Halberd as well on PYW. BKB instead?
I like that more. You just want to get your Doom off on Slark and or be able to pursue Abed and just chase him down with spam stun and Inferno Blades. You can see how concerned Arteezy's Slark is. The moment he sees a Doom, he's going to have to back away.
That Aghanim Scepter will make it even more difficult for PYW. That long distance he gets from the leap, Arteezy, he was thinking about going on PYW, but the 2 other heroes of Vici Gaming were there. He doesn't take the bait, though.
Yeah, he just pinged out a ward. He was just kind of sneaking around. It's all about trying to control the map, right? Because he knows that as long as he's sitting bottom and there's Vici heroes in the vicinity, Abed's farming. You got no fear there. So he scouts out the ward. Now he's going to retreat, cross court, go up towards top. And Ramses, once again, the lone survivor down bottom lane, trying his best to keep the creep equilibrium flowing towards the Vici side of the map.
And if he doesn't die, he'll be able to get an Aghanim Scepter on the Puck, which paired with that Vengeful Spirit, as well as the tiny 2 heroes that can force the break, it will be a powerful team fight item, and even better in a high ground defense situation.
Yep. BKB up on the Doom. He's got a smoke available as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see them make a move. But again, just the lack of Sean, right? Vici sort of had their momentum just stopped in its tracks. This gold advantage still at 6K, but it hasn't shifted for more than 5 minutes. And this is Arc Warden Dota.
Now, we said Vici Gaming do scale, and so they don't have to be too anxious. They can run around getting pickoffs, but at what point are you start getting really concerned for Vici?
They're never out of the game by any means. It's just more that at some point EG can actually like match their tempo and kill things themselves. For now, what Fly's doing has effectively been the game plan. Just get the hell away from these guys. I like Abed's build though. Already has the blink. He's going E-Blade. So the magic build, really looking to peak around level 25. They're really playing for as late of a game as possible.
It could be used as a saving mechanism against the Drill Ranger as well. But yeah, I like that. Just spur somebody down.
Yep. It's also just so much damage. If somebody gets swapped out of a coil, like tiny combo, the burst magical damage on EG is substantial. If you look at these net worths, Doom now level 15, so we'll have that plus Devour bonus gold talent starting to add to his coffers. Yang having a great game as well. And Drow and Kunkka still comfortably on top of the net worth charts. Although keep in mind, again, Abed still playing with 2 neutral items, so his net worth is arguably the highest in the game when you consider Drow has none. So it's not like EG are behind in that department by any means. He might lose this clone. Did it? I think it despawned.
I think it despawned as well. I didn't see a gold bounty pop up, so Vici Gaming missed out on that, and there's no tier 2 to be taken at top lane. Feels like they may just have to wait for Roshan here, or an opportunity like this, or he's going to turn with his BKB. Trying to go for Fly, but a Force Staff and a Glimmer Cape. That's going to be good, clean disengage. Now double damage. Oh, this is an opportunity perhaps for Evil Geniuses, but Abed did not want to be close to PYW. Crit tossed him over, but Abed said, no, thank you, sir.
Man, and I'm telling you, Crit, man, stealing that Aegis and the Roche kill has just changed the face of this game. Because EG suddenly, you can see the confidence they're playing with. They're getting BKBs. They're making moves. They can't really kill anything, but they can distract Vici. They can pull them around the map and just slow them down, keep this game going longer and longer. This is really well done thus far by the boys in blue.
Do not be selfish.
And I like that a lot of teams have started to copy Team Secret in the sense that they just rush this Glimmer Cape early on their 5 position. It's just so valuable. Every core no core wants dust anymore, because by 15 minutes or so, there's 6 extra items in the game. Usually the cores have them. You just don't have any room for detection any longer.
Aghanim's almost done for Ramses. Roshan up in 2 minutes. So we're going to go for a Bloodthorn build for Ori. He just wants more lockdown. He wants to be able to stop this damn puck from cutting replays all the time. Yang loses track of his courier and gets it killed.
He's got a Hex queued up after the Pipe Halberd Vlads. No surprise there. You're playing against Slark, Puck. You need that instant lockdown if you're going to kill these really annoyingly elusive heroes. Bottom, Vici just shoved that bottom lane out, and now looking to... I'm not really sure, to be quite honest. We've got a gem up on DY, so you're going to just take map control back. Another unsaid thing that I'm sure EG has been very aware of is that our tour has been calling out where wards are on the map. It's a big reason that there really isn't much presence in the warding department on the EG side of the map from Vici.
It does seem very chill. I don't know if Vici Gaming have just kind of given up on chasing down these heroes and is just waiting for the Roshan to spawn, or what the deal is. They're going to keep killing Tempest doubles when they can. Ethereal Blade will prevent it from dying, and instead it will despawn once again, denying the goal.
Abed's done a really cool job of just making sure when his illusion actually starts to mess with creep waves, it's already at 6 or 7 seconds remaining. He can kill away very quick with Mjolnir buff up. And then, of course, he E-bladed himself just to ensure its survival. Roshan spawns in 30 seconds. I imagine we'll have our first true 5-on-5 at that point.
Run into the high ground, chase them away from the Roshan pit, and take the Tempest double. This time they'll get the gold. That net worth has dwindled a little bit. That lead that Vici Gaming had is now only 6K, and later on to the game, obviously, these net worth leads just don't mean the same. But There's still, like, what is going to happen when EG are finally forced to truly 5-on-5 fight for an objective?
Well, we've got a bunch of tools up. We can pull up the items real fast before we get into this big 5-on-5. The Ags is finished on the Puck. You've got the Blink Force on the Tiny. Ags BKB on the Slark as well. Halberd, and more importantly, a Bloodthorn on the Kunkka. So you've got true lockdown now for the Slark or Ramsey if they pop out. But not just that, look at the damage output on this Roshan. It's already at half health.
Yeah,
EG nowhere in the vicinity.
EG won't be here. I'm not sure. Maybe they just didn't want to take it to full team fight. Instead, they're going to be cutting creep waves all around, trying to chip away at that tier 2 at bottom. Not enough to kill it, though. They also have a repair kit on the side of EG Gaming. Not the most useful thing, but you may see them try and repair a tier 2 at bottom or something like that, just to make sure their base isn't being threatened ever.
Dude, I love this item on Ori because he also recognizes that right now EG, it's a simple solution to winning fights for them. They're going to just try and coil and kite BKBs and then kill the Drow. You need to be a source of damage because if the Drow dies and you run out of it, you're just going to lose this game. Also, you get the added silence effect, which is super effective against a lot of EG's heroes. So really cool idea. Yang with the disarm onto the clones to slow down the damage. The glyph popped as well. EG looking to hunt top. They might find Ori.
They're going to be able to pounce onto him, but if he activates the BKB and turns with the X marks the spot, looking to be able to blow up. Crits with the Bloodthorn. He does a lot of damage until a Glimmer Cape comes in. As you said, cores don't want to carry detection.
It's really, I think, just a way to ensure his team doesn't get caught out of position, right? Because if he doesn't cast spells, EG could just immediately move out. Instead, they've got to hesitate. Wait, is he fine? Should we help him? What do we do? And you already have no BKB, so you're not going to be fighting. You might as well use the boat. They will kill that tier 2 middle as EG have no intention of fighting into that Aegis. However, they do claim 3 bounty runes, so still getting a little bit extra out of the map. The gold lead now 8k for Vici. Curious to see if they try to just straight up win the game. Maybe you wait for Eurus to get his butterfly. He's only about 500, 600 gold away.
Well, it won't make that much of a difference because we already have MKB on the Arc Warden.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's the right choice here under the circumstances because you have to assume that Drow will at some point get a butterfly in this game.
Yeah.
Slark doesn't really want to buy MKB. You want that Abyssal Blade that our TZ has queued up as we speak.
Does PYW have the Quickening Charm, by the way? He does. He's not equipping it right now. Looks like he's almost finished up with the Shivas. Quickening Charm on a Doom who's devouring with the Devour talent as well, the extra 150. That's a gold generator right there.
The one downside of this Puck offlane, you know, Puck Ags, super valuable, but there's no hero on EG that can carry these Aura sustain items.
But
hang on, whoa, Doom on Puck.
It's a big pickup. Fly. Is he going to try and swap him over? PYW, he read that.
That's so sick. He was already turning as Fly went for the swamp.
And now Fly, he's actually hoping to be able to still catch PYW or something. No, he's going to back up.
Yeah, and right now, you've got all these auras, right? You've got Drow Aura, Venge Aura, in addition, Vlad's, Pipe, the double Halberds, and a Shiva's now on Doom. So the 5-on-5 potential of Vici is just so amped up thanks to these abilities and items, and now there's no glyph. They know it because it was pop mid. They just go straight for this tier 3.
A repair kit with a magnetic field, that's just gross. Arteezy, he's going to be able to burn out all the mana on PYW and steal a little bit of his stats. Just, you know, chill out. You've kind of neutralized that hero. They're going to turn towards mid now instead because the repair kit was used bottom. Oh, that's a Tempest double.
I just still I'm waiting for EG. Hang on, here's the play.
That's a toss back on a Yang. Of course, he can very easily get out.
God, they're just being such nuisances. Once this wave dies mid, you can see Arteezy doing his job, already cutting this further one. Top lane already next to the Vici tier 2, bottom where Dyer's used to be. There's just nowhere Vici can enter the base yet.
I think that's cool how he backs out like that before even finishing the creep wave. Because if he was getting ganked, they'd be like, oh, he's going to stay for this one more creep. And instead, he immediately gets out and he double pounces too. So he is nowhere near that vicinity as soon as Vici Gaming go off map.
Yeah, it's just so cool watching the team's hive mind sort of edit the game plan in real time. Like the bots now on Ori recognize it. Okay, look, EG knows they can't fight us, but they're gonna rat the crap out of us, and we can't really stop them because it's Puck Slark.
And Ramsey's. Oh, Almost getting caught, man. He doesn't have a blink dagger, but the mobility of the silence will make up for it.
And they clear the wards. Just continuing to move around his 5. Fly, though, he knows what's up. They've got wards of their own on a high ground. I'll go take that down. Tit for tat, EG. Just trying to maintain even footing in the match. But it's Vici who smell blood. They're the ones hunting. And you've got to continue to be one step ahead as EG if you try and, or if you want to keep the fights 5v5.
And they are building up a net worth lead bit by bit by being this aggressive, by controlling this much of the map. Less and less EG heroes are able to push out, and that's why EG, every once in a while, you're going to see it like this. They're going to dodge, dodge, dodge. It's a dance. They're just trying to dance with Vici Gaming a little bit, and then they change up the tempo.
So
they're going to smoke up all into this top lane
For the dead.
as we approach the 40-minute mark.
Try and control one of the outposts. Even if you don't find a kill here, there'll be just a minute to go. You should be able to claim one. In fact, Crit does just that. He's going for a Linken's build-up. I like the decision. It's something EG is known to do. You want to get a Linken's on a support so that you can help them deal with the Doom. I expect at some point the Slug or Arc Warden would grab one of their own. And yeah, you can see Abed, it's all about that level 25, baby. He's got Sheep queued up with the Blinky Blade. As soon as he gets that online, EG can finally look to deal some real damage. But it's just so far away. It feels like by the time he picks up those bonus 5 levels, Vici will hopefully have found an engagement, and they're now going to smoke and just once again look to chase EG across the map, moving straight towards them top.
They haven't been showing themselves defending their base for quite some time. Ori is ready to boots of travel over there as well.
They've got the scan.
The bounties are about to spawn. They think this is going to place B, and the smoke has already popped. PYW jumping forward with the Sheep is going to be able to fight a lot of heroes. He's trying to and grab somebody here, but is not able to get off a good Doom. And the missed coil means that Vici Gaming are just able to bulldoze through this area, but they didn't get a single hero.
Wow, that could have been way worse for EG. Again, they know what's up, right? Do not fight. Shit, they're here, guys. Everybody run, and it succeeds. Like,
I just can't believe that. Easy. He does have his BKB, but he's going to be doomed up. No pounce opportunity. They're going to stay in front of him here, just trying to slow him down. Once the BKB wears off, the magic damage flow, and they don't even need that physical damage. He tried to be cheeky, man. He tried to sneak in a bounty room. He got greedy. Eventually, EG's going to do that. Vici Gaming have been waiting for it.
Yeah, they keep 24 heroes to the outpost in preparation. And just got them. Yeah, not much more to say. Really well done there.
And this is where it kind of snowballs, and EG have to play more and more aggressive with this split pushing, and maybe they're going to get caught off in the process. There's no Doom, though, so honestly, the split is fine.
The first time they caught Artur with the nice move, they got a Roche that was stolen. Now they've got an opportunity to perhaps push for tier 3. Slark does have buyback.
Patience, the biggest virtue that Vici Gaming has. Now they don't have to be patient any longer. They can go for that high ground. They can go through this magnetic field, deal with the tier 3 tower, bring down that tower before the repair kit can heal it back up. They're going to try and address some of these heroes. Fly's going to be forced back. Finally, tower falls. Melee rack soon to fall unless, they get the silence out. The puck, Dual Scepter himself gets are stopped as well as Sinister Gaze. Double stuns, controlling up Ramses. Mid lane of Barracks gone, and Vici Gaming are not done yet. They say, Artur, you have to buy back here, otherwise you're going to take everything you have. 15 seconds left for the Slark. Evil geniuses need to be able to formulate a response. Avalanche coming through. They do have the Tempest Coil. They're going to coil out, but they're going to swap back on the Urus. He turns popping his BKB, and with the Satanic, might just be able to with the Hurricane back as well. He's fighting and living. He's life-stealing through everything, and now they're going to lose to the Arc Ward. Potentially Tempest double is down. Ramses, Craig going back in. Arteezy's here, double pounds forward. Goes, lands on the event. Not who he wanted to go for. Instead, he's trying to chip away at Ori into the back line. PYW, Puck almost happened, but instead, he died back. Arteezy, he's going to try and go for Urus here, but Urus is ready for the turnaround as he turns. Silences, multi-shot out. Arteezy taking a lot of damage. What a beautiful avalanche. Covers a lot of that AoE, but they haven't brought down a single hero. About through all those heroes. He's in the train. He gets brought back by the X and taken down. A buyback from EG, but they're only left with 3 heroes.
They lost only the supports, and they've both bought back.
Arteezy and Abed.
Ramsey's die-backed.
I don't think they're going to be able to stop this.
Damage.
They fought that entire engagement on EG's high ground with Drow swapped through a BKB piercing coil with repair kit on the tower. and yet they crushed it.
It wasn't even close. Vici Gaming, it was beginning to feel like, man, maybe they're just never gonna find that pick. And as soon as you think that, they do. They finally strike, they finally pounce, they get the kill, and now EG has to formulate a 3 versus 5. They're going for Eurus right now with Ahmed, but he's having to deal with. They actually force Ahmed into the magnetic field to be able to deal with a little bit of damage. He gets the Venn diagram, trying to hold as much as he can, but it's not good enough. Take down 5 of EG, bring down their tier 4s, and Vici Gaming just getting better and better as this tournament moves forward.
Unbelievable, Cap. I got nothing really to say. I don't think EG picked that bad of a game. They just couldn't make plays. And if you're going to play this style where you wait for Vici to make a mistake and you want to capitalize to win the game, well, you're going to be waiting for a while because they just don't mess up. Crit made a hell of a play, stole the Aegis, stole the road.